Hello?
Telephone.
I'll call you right back. Call you right back.
Telephone.
I'll call you right back podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of I'll Call You Right Back podcast. With me, your host. My name is Chad Medved. Welcome to my podcast. I'm a 30-year-old man now. It feels weird to say that. Not that I'm like worried about it, but I'm 30 years old, and it's kind of weird to think about that. I remember turning 10. I remember turning, decades. I remember turning, 16. I just remember a lot of birthdays, but 30 was dope though. This was definitely probably my best. This was my best birthday, I would say. My wife came through clutch, and she definitely threw me the best surprise birthday that she could do within the confines of quarantine. But we'll get to a little bit of that later. First thing is first, I would like to say, shout out to Turner Dairy Farms, the creators of Turner's Premium Iced Tea, which I learned today has been around since 1972. I feel like that I've talked to Steve about that on the episode that he did, but I did not remember that, I guess. 1972, so you got 72, 82, 92, 2002, 2012. So it's 48 years old. That's crazy to think about. So on Turner's Instagram, at Turner's PGH, Steve Turner posted a photo, and it's a photo of a guy. It looks like he's just in a car, but he's drinking a OG carton of Turner's. I don't know if any. I gotta ask Steve what the details on the cartons, if any of them changed since 1972. I'm sure very minimal things changed because it kind of looks exactly the same for me looking at the picture. But I thought the caption was super cool. He said, "We started making our premium iced tea in 1972 to keep workers in the steel mills fueled. Typically, they were taking jars of homemade tea to work. As it gained popularity throughout the region, we began offering it to our other home delivery and wholesale customers." And then he says, "Any guesses on how much tea we produced the first year?" I'd like to know that answer too. I feel like that I might have asked him how much tea is produced each year, but I'll be honest, I do not remember his answer. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I couldn't even really guess on how many gallons of tea would be produced a year. You know what I mean? Like, I would have no idea. I know I'd rip through a couple of them, but yeah, man, we are sponsored by Turner's Premium Tea, and I feel like sometimes, like I almost forget how important and how, honored I am to be able to say that. You know what I mean? If you think of the Turner's brand, they've been around forever, 90 years, turned 90 this year. But like whenever you think of Pittsburgh, you think of a Permane sandwich, some ketchup, the Pirates P, Steelers logo, and you think of a carton of tea. You think of a carton of Turner's tea. And if you don't, I don't know if I want to be your friend. I'm just kidding, though. But anyway, shout out to Turner Dairy Farms, the creators of Turner's Premium Tea, which is now available at Get-Go locations. Slide on over there. What they got at Get-Go. Shout out to Mikey and Bob. And grab yourself a Turner tea from the cooler, which is, that's a new thing you could do. They never were at Get-Go before. I don't know if you knew that or if you noticed that, but now they are. I went to my Get-Go by my work in Washington County, and I saw the plastic bottles. I think that they are plastic pints. I did not see paper pints, but I did see half gallons. I don't know if they have a paper pint. A paper pint, though. There ain't no tea that's tasting better than a paper pint, except for a squirt bottle, which, a fun fact we learn about the way the tea in the squirt bottle is made. You could find that on the Turner's episode of the podcast. And, I thought that was one of the coolest things. I remember someone was talking to me whenever I talked to them about, that I was going to be talking to Turner's. And they were like, you got to ask them about the squirt bottle of tea. And I asked Steve Turner about the squirt bottle of tea and why it tasted so good. And he gave me a very surprising answer. You could check that out, episode 74 of the podcast with Steve Turner. I'm going to try to get him back on here. I'm going to try to get him back on here so we could talk about things, how a dairy functions in a coronavirus-infested world. But he's about to have a kid, So shout out to the Turner family. Hopefully everything has good outcomes with this crazy world that we're living in right now. He's about to be having a kid, and we're pumped about it. Pumped for him. So anyway, a couple other things that I wanted to bring up and address in the beginning of this episode. The last few weeks, what is it? Couple weeks, few weeks, whatever. Last couple weeks, Badamos, Good Sports, Bankrupt Bodega. Yeah, so I did 3 guests so far since we've been in the quarantine. And, knock on wood, where's some wood? Hopefully I don't got it. I don't think I do. I feel good. Knock on wood. But I've talked to 3 people, but I have to be honest with you. I don't know what to think about it. I do not know what to think about the coronavirus. In the beginning, I think I've talked about it on here episodes before. I was fucked up about the coronavirus in the beginning. I was like super, super, worried about it. I immediately was seeing the complete, extreme negative, and which I'm not underselling it. People are dying from this virus, and it's scary to think about that, but I'll be honest, I don't know what to think about it now. We opened back up for like 2 weeks, everything seemed to be fine, and now they're telling us that people are fucking getting sick again, and at an alarming rate. And I've been trying to stay away from media. I have to tell you, I've been trying to stay away from the news. Because it's toxic. I can't look at it anymore. It is just toxic. It's killing me, and it's depressing, kind of. It's depressing that we got, I don't know, I don't get into politics. I'm not going to get into politics because, that's a whole different topic, but, it's a wild world that we're living in, and I don't know if I'm going to keep interviewing guests immediately. I might try to break it up. I might be very selective of the guests, but long story short, full circle, this is a solo episode this week. I did have someone lined up, but my wife surprised me with a incredible 30th birthday present, and I had to actually, that wasn't even the reason why they had to reschedule. Actually, now that I think about it, they rescheduled. Yeah. But it ended up working out because, my wife had an incredive 30th birthday party planned for me for what we could do in this corona world. You know what I mean? So my wife rented a house in Deep Creek, okay? And, in the beginning I was like, whoa, might be a little sketchy going down there. But very minimal contact, masks on, gloves. No, I don't wear gloves, but I do use hand sanitizer and wipes. So we were down there in a cabin. A couple people came down who I already been around. I've already been around them. So I knew that everything was fine. And, we were down there and we enjoyed it. We were just in the house playing poker. Everyone was licking each other. No, I'm just kidding. We were just coughing on each other. No. We were being very, very proactive with it, but it was incredible. Weather was beautiful, had a big ass bonfire outside. The buddy that was down there had a boat, so we were just out on the boat. You're not touching no one out there. You're not touching anyone on a boat. No harm, no foul. But it was fantastic. It was hot, crispy down there. I will say that there was a massive Corona parties down there. there was people at bars, people tied up to each other's boats. Fucking, you should have saw the stores that were open. People not wearing masks. And like, you know, think about how crazy it was a year ago. I mean, even less than a year ago. So what, 8-9 months ago? People were seeing concerts packed butt to butt, you know, breathing on each other, hot as fuck, breathing their hot air on each other, stinking ass breath, no mask, no nothing. And I feel like now, you know, like, I feel like that's such like a weird thought. You know what I mean? Like standing next to someone at Kennywood, like, you know, right? You know how sometimes if you were all shady and kind of, you know, kind of weird, you had to ride with someone on one of the rides at Kennywood. What's the ride that you had to have a partner? Racers maybe, or the Thunderbolt? Maybe it was a Thunderbolt, but you got to have a partner, all right? And sometimes if you don't have a friend there with you, you get latched up with someone weird. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but I don't know. What was I talking about with that? Why did that even come up? Kennywood. Oh yeah, it's weird to feel like the people ain't wearing masks. You know what I mean? I feel weird if I'm in a store, all right, if I'm at the grocery store and I feel someone come next to me, you know, I'll turn on them crazy. I'll turn on them wild like a peacock, and they'll know that I'm there, and I'll give them a stare. And if I hear someone cough near me, it'll be like whenever Stone Cold walked into the hospital and beat Vince McMahon's ass. You know, if someone coughs on me, elbows are being flown. You know what I mean? I saw a video the other day of some old lady coughing on a little kid on, you know, some toxic thing on Facebook. Shit is the worst, but, you know, it's addicting. You know, it's engineered to be addicting. But I saw a video of this old lady just coughing on a little kid a few times because I think she was pissed at the mother or something. And I'm telling you, old lady like that, I might sweep her leg, you know, like Ralph Macchio or something. If an old lady coughed in my face 3 times, if she coughed on my child 3 times, whew, she'd be hitting the ground. It would feel like I ripped the ground out from under her. But anyway, yeah, coronavirus, I just don't know what to think about it, really. You know what I mean? Me and my wife have been talking about it, and, you know, she also doesn't know what to think about it. You know what I mean? And it's so weird. You know, the whole idea of this world is just so weird. It just feels like, I mean, to me, it feels like there's something extra going on. You know what I mean? It feels like something is afoot. You know what I mean? Something is afoot around here. Nothing feels like this is just it. Maybe it's because that, like, I've never lived through like a pandemic necessarily, but I don't know. To me, something just doesn't seem real. Or, I mean, let me take that back before I get crucified for saying real. That's not, I believe coronavirus is real. Something just doesn't seem right. And wise men say something is afoot. But I just don't know if I'm going to be, you know, just quick to intermingle with people. You know what I mean? I've been trying to keep my distance away. You know, if we get locked down again, I'm going to be riding my bike all fucking day. It's going to be like Forrest Gump, but on 2 wheels. But I feel like, you know, maybe I'll go back to some of the research podcasts, because I was looking through Facebook today, that toxic fucking pit, and I saw this conspiracy theory about Britney Spears. Now, before you say no way, there's some wild shit going on with Britney Spears that I had no idea about. Supposedly her dad is in control of her life, and, you know, these people are doing this and that. You remember crazy Britney Spears with the bald head? Maybe some weird shit was happening with her. You know what I mean? Maybe she just didn't go crazy. But I might look into that for a research topic. That really interests me, because there's like a lot of interesting evidence. But, I mean, I guess nowadays there's evidence with anything. You know, you could probably find evidence that Donald Trump is related to, you know, Hitler or something. Who knows? Someone will try to put that together, I'm sure. But, I don't know. I'm definitely probably going to work into a couple research episodes just because, one, there's people like trying to schedule like, I don't know. I honestly don't know if I feel like I want a bunch of people coming into my house and exposing my wife. And, I have shit that, I want to go see my parents and my brother and, my niece and, our families and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I don't want to just have random people around coughing on me and shit like that and trying to infect me. I'm curious to know, do you personally, whoever's listening to this, do you know of anyone that has had coronavirus? If you do know of someone that has it, I would love to hear about it because if you personally know them, I would love to talk to them. I would love to talk to someone, and I'm not talking about someone who tested positive and had no symptoms. I'm talking about someone that was kind of sick that could kind of talk to me. And just kind of tell us about it, tell us their thoughts about it. Because I am curious, I'm pretty curious about this because there's people like, big comedians like Brian Callen and Brendan Schaub. Okay, they've been outspoken about the coronavirus, calling it that it was just like, overreaction, all this shit. And I guess it just came out that Brendan Schaub tested positive for it. He said that he was fine in like 3 days. You know what I mean? Supposedly they got it from someone in a crowd whenever they were doing a show, but these are people just like everyone else that are, it's bound to happen to someone we know. But I'm curious to just kind of hear about their thoughts because, if you think about the people that are just like, fuck that, shit's fake, I ain't wearing no masks, America. But I want to know someone's thought process who at first was like, I ain't wearing no mask, America, that typical thing like that, to them knowing someone who might have got it and kind of changing their tune. Because even though, let me be completely transparent with this. I don't know if I'm concerned for myself, but like that don't mean I am going to be a dickhead and not, wear a mask around some old people. But on the flip side, these fucking old people are bold because whenever I was talking about that, the terrible person, at the grocery store coughing on you, 99% of the time it's an old person, 99% of the time. And half of these motherfuckers ain't wearing masks. You know what I mean? Half of these people ain't wearing masks. And if they are wearing masks, it's hanging under their chin. And you're just like, bro, why even wear the fucking thing? And it would be wild to be like 60 or 70 or like even 80, the spry 80-year-olds that are like out there doing their own shit. It would be wild to have to experience life now being that old and seeing what you've already saw. You know what I mean? Like people have seen all kinds of crazy shit and now we're telling them like, yep, can't do this, can't do this, can't do this. And, people from Vietnam that are taking bullets across the face. You're telling them they got to wear a mask and you expect them to believe it? Come on. But I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. I am interested to see how things play out for sure. It's, who knows? I thought about putting a Facebook post out to try to find a corona survivor who would be interested to talk to me, but I don't know if I want to do that. Who knows what people are going to be like. Someone might be lying about it. Someone might just like try to embellish shit. So it might be kind of hard to, sift through that. But if you know someone, send them my way at I'll Call You Right Back. And while you're at it, hop on over to the podcast page, hit subscribe, and give me a rate and review if you could. I would appreciate it very, very much. Ratings and reviews are the way that I can excel in this. You know what I mean? Some people are like, yeah, buy my Patreon. And I ain't asking you to buy my fucking Patreon. What am I doing? Right now I'm sitting in my bed talking to a microphone about my opinions in the world. An overweight white man who, that's my you really care about my opinions, but like who has the audacity to charge money for episodes? I mean, granted, if you're a big name person, by all means, have a Patreon. Your time is precious. But like, if you're podcasting in the city and you're doing Patreon, keep it. But anyway, I'm going to work in some good content. I think I'm going to spend some time on that Britney Spears shit for sure. But we'll see how it plays out. I'm out here working. I'm not taking it lightly. I'm just out here. So we'll see what's going on with it. I'll tell you one thing, though. Hotter than hell. My house has been absolutely ridiculous. Like I said, we went to Deep Creek this weekend. Oh, nice as hell with AC in there. Nice cabin. We have 2 portable AC units, floor units with the tube that goes out of the window. And before we went away, no lie, they were on for probably 50 days straight. No lie at all. Did not turn them off one time. And then, so our house was like at a constant okay. You know what I mean? It was just fine. I wasn't sweating, but we turned them off to go to Deep Creek. And of course it had to be 95 on the weekend. Of course it did. So obviously my house turned into a fucking greenhouse. Feels like, you feel like you're in fucking the desert whenever you're in the living room, whenever we walked in. And I was like, how am I going to sleep like this? But the ACs have been ripping, and I'll tell you, still hot because it's still 90 some degrees out. Let's be candid. I was on the toilet, passing a bowel movement. Sweatiest thing I've ever been in my life was I was sweating like I was in hot yoga. Felt like I was going through my vinyasas. I had to get in a shower after. Cold as hell. The absolute coldest that it could be. And it's a shame. It's a shame that is the reality right now. And like that, heat causes some fucked up shit to happen. Me and my wife were just having I guess you could say a heated up talk. Heated. We'll use that word. A heated up talk about I said phones, but about houses and buying houses and shit like that. And it's like, we've been looking for houses for so long. And it's just like, there ain't shit out to buy. But, Antoinette has been working from home for like 4 months. And I feel bad because like she's locked in this fucking place. And, I'm in, and like she's dealing with this heat. We've been looking for houses, can't find nothing. We just want to get out of this apartment. You know what I mean? It's just like, everything is just a snowball. You know what I mean? Can't go out anywhere because of the heat. Can't go out anywhere because of the coronavirus. Can't go out anywhere because, you just don't know what's going on with or you just don't know what's going on with life. It's like getting a bunch of ants in your donuts. Just something could go good, but it doesn't. I don't know why I brought that up, but that's what happened at the birthday party this weekend. There was a bunch of donuts down there. We woke up and we were like, oh yeah, coffee and donuts, going to be fucking awesome. Ants, millions of them. But everything ended up working out. You know what is annoying though about getting like a Airbnb or something is like these motherfuckers put photos on these things to make them look like that them things are exquisite. Oh, pool table, oh, hot tub, oh, nice kitchen, oh, yeah, this and that. We get there, place looks dope as hell, tell you that. Hot tub was clean as a whistle, tell you that, smelled good and everything. Got in there was 98 spoons, 2 forks, okay. There was a pool table, broken, no big deal. It was slanted, but other than that, it was fucking awesome down there. I like Deep Creek. It's definitely a nice place. Shady people down there on them boats. You see a lot of. There's something about people that own boats. You know what I mean? And if you're a boat owner, like I might not be talking about you, but you know what I mean. You know about the people that I'm talking about. Yeah, bro, put on a fucking ski. Let's get it. There's something about people that own boats. I don't know. I would love to own a pontoon boat. We were on one this weekend, and it was so nice. Just chilling. You do whatever you want on that damn thing. It would be nice to own a pontoon boat. I'd never be a boat guy. Never in my life. Tie up, bro. Let's get it. Pop a couple bottles. Nah, not me. I want to be by myself on that boat. But these people, you saw. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Then we were on like the main line of this of Deep Creek. We're what do you call it? What would you call it? Boating out there? I guess cruising out there. Yeah, cruising out there. We were cruising out there, and we saw all these people in a circle, and we saw people in the water, and I was like, are these people just in a circle, and everyone's just swimming together in the circle of all these boats? And then we saw the cops roll up, and then we were like, what's going on here? And then a boat moves out of the way, and there's another boat flipped over, completely capsized. And I guess that we were like maybe 2 minutes too late of seeing these people like kind of turn over. Everyone was fine though. No one was harmed in the making of that memory. But I am annoyed with the photos that people use for houses, because even whenever you're looking for a fucking home, someplace that you want to buy, they always got these photos that make them look like that they're dime piece houses, but they ain't really nothing but a bunch of pennies. And it's sad that is, it's sad that that's a reality. You know what I mean? It's sad because like sometimes I'm like, man, I feel bad because like I've been dragging my realtor everywhere, but it's like as soon as she opens the door, I'm like, ain't the one. And then I'm just like, sorry. But that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to get out there. You got to take your cuts, and you just got to try to make it happen. We've been in this quarantine for about 4 months. Let me. This is where I was talking about this virus. Like, I don't know the whole thing, how I feel about it, because in the beginning I was like, I ain't leaving the house. But now I'm like, bro, I'm kind of tired of being in the house, and I'd like to go somewhere. But you're like, second wave, and then you're like, I don't know. It's such a struggle because like I just want to go fucking play pool, play some pinball, go sit at a restaurant and have someone like, now it's so weird to even think about like this whole world with masks, and it's just like, I just don't get it. Walk into our establishment, you have to be wearing a mask to walk in. As soon as you sit down, you take it off. I get it. They're trying to make it work as it can be, but God, is it annoying to be able to, I'm doing it, but it's kind of annoying. But 4 months we've been doing this, I'm ready to get the fuck out of this place, and I'm ready to buy a house and just have my place that I could, if someone bought a house right before this quarantine, it would be like a double-edged sword, because they would have spent more money with these rates because the quarantine wouldn't have happened yet, and they wouldn't have had as good rates, but they would have all this downtime to just like renovate their house. And it's a shame that I ain't being able to seize the moment with all this free time. But what can you do? You can only do what you could do. You know what I mean? If you got them, you got them. But that's the move right now. That's what we're trying to do, is find a house. And I know other people are out there trying to find a house. And I mean, like, do you guys have luck finding it? Like, did you have luck finding a house? Because, like, I feel like we've been looking for over a year. Granted, the last 4 months were trash, and you have to cut that piece of data out of your research. But, God, is it annoying? I just feel like there ain't shit out there. And then if there is a house, they take a picture that makes it look photoshopped, like a girl with the MySpace angles. But, like, you get there and you're like, ain't that nice? And then you're just kind of like, you're wasting both of our times. Why would you even do this? You're wasting both of our times. It's insulting. But, you just, scared money don't make money. You got to go look at all these things, because you're never going to know if you're going to find a nice one or not. But it's like anyone that has a decent house are like, yep, pay me $275. And you're like, God damn it. It's like, that better come with, I don't know what it better come with, but it better come with some bells and whistles. But there is some positives about this quarantine. You know what I mean? It's easy to focus on the negatives. You know what I mean? We're stuck in the house for 4 months. It's easy to focus on what you dislike about your house. You know what I mean? Like, we're in this thing and like we're looking at everything and like, I fucking hate that it's so hot. We got 2 ACs ripping at all times. Just spent $190 on a Duquesne light bill, the crooks. But I still I'm sweating right now. I had to go up into my bedroom, shut the door just so I could do this without hyperventilating because that's how hot it is. And, it's a shame. It's a real shame. But, what can you do? There is positives though. Like I'm ripping through shows, ripping through movies. We're doing podcasts. I feel like it's all really, is your glass half empty or is it half full? I want you to ask yourself that right now. Is your glass half empty or is it half full? Now, if you're saying it's half empty, is there something that you could do to make it better? I want to know because it's a choice. It is a choice, I feel, for a lot of people. We could try to focus on, I don't know, I try to focus on positives. That's just me. I'm a glass half full guy. I'm just trying to see the good things about things. But, I get it. I do get it. It's just a hard world right now. You know what I mean? It's just a weird world that's going on. You got this political thing going on, and you got this fucking... It's basically, a civil rights movement. It is. It's a civil rights movement going on. It's you just got all these things that are going on, and then there's just like a cloud of a pandemic over it. And you're just like, Jesus, like what more could happen to us? And then I'm reading today that Donald Trump wants to take away education if they do not open schools. I don't get into politics, but just like crazy to me, crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not smart enough to understand it, but that's my life, guys. That's what I've been doing is, we just been out here. I've been really trying to think about if I was going to get a bunch of guests on here, but it's like, I don't know if I can make appointments with people because we're all just out there trying to function right now. So, I'm probably going to be giving you some research episodes. So I want you to start shooting me some suggestions, interact with me. You know what I mean? I'm an interactive guy. Hit me with a DM, slide in a DM, let's chat about it. If you know about something cool, let me know about it. If you got a good TV show, let me know about it. I'm a cool guy. I want to know the cool stuff that you like. I probably would like it. If you like the podcast and you like, the way I do it, I'm sure that I would like what you like. But so just suggest some things, except for that Outer Banks show. Someone suggested that to me, and that is garbage. That show on Netflix, Outer Banks, that everyone's raving about, trash. Keep it. It was like a fucking... what's that, General Hospital or something like that. My Aunt Debbie used to watch General Hospital, and it made me want to bang my head off a floor. Worst things in the world, soap operas. I don't even understand it, but that's what this TV show Outer Banks was like. A teenage soap opera. I don't know. It wasn't for me. I do like the Outer Banks, though, and I'm going to go to the Outer Banks here. It's another thing that's weird. It's like my brother got he rented his own house, Outer Banks, and, we're going to go down there, and it's like, fuck. It's like, am I supposed to be worried? I know some people are like, yeah, you should be worried. And I know some people are like, you're an idiot if you're worried. But it's like, I feel like no one even knows the right answer. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to make decisions because it's like, time is precious in life. And the older that you get, the less time you have. I guess that makes sense. Older you get, the less time you have. And it's like, we've been in here for 4 months already. Like, why not be able to go and travel and take precautions? What's the difference from some sick motherfucker coughing on, something at Giant Eagle right next to my house, rather than going down to the Outer Banks? I'm going to be driving 9 hours in a car. All right, in a car. I get out, I get gas. Disinfecting wipe there, disinfecting wipe there. I got the disinfecting hand sanitizer right there before I get back in the car. Voila, good. There ain't no harm there. You know what I mean? I get the snacks before I go down. I don't be going in and out of in and out of rest stops. Like, that's a Muppet move. You should not do that. But I feel like I can make it work going down there. I'm not going to be going to restaurants in the Outer Banks. But granted, the Outer Banks ain't no Ocean City. There ain't no Purple Moose at the Outer Banks. There ain't even barely no one there. I think that's the main reason that I'm not scared to go down there, and that me and my wife are both kind of in agreement that, like, we'll go down. It'll be all right. You basically, if you go on the beach, you're like 100 yards away from anyone. And I don't know. No right answer in this world, I guess. I'm sure some people are probably like, yeah, you shouldn't be going down there. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. But, like, I don't know. I feel like I also need to live my life. I'm not going to be an asshole, and I will definitely wear masks and shit like that. But it's like, God, we got to live. I'm young. I want to live. I want to go out. I'm fine. The gyms, you got to wear a mask, everything like that. Whatever. That's cool. I get it. But it's not like I'm not going to go travel or nothing. It's like, got to make use of some of this time. And if I'm just renting a house somewhere, what's the difference? I don't even drink. I don't go to bars. You ain't catching me dead at a bar. I would rather die. I would rather lay down on a sword on a bed of broken glass than go to Ocean City again. Insane to me. Hey, let me tell you something. If you're above 20 years old and you're still going to Ocean City, level yourself up, please. Come on. I get it. It's cheap. Grow up a little bit. That's for people that can't drink yet, because the people down there know that the people that are in the bars can't drink yet. It's young people down there. If you're 30 years old at Ocean City, hey, keep it. Anyway, but we're going to go down to the Outer Banks. Outer Banks is dope. Ain't no one down there. I like being by myself. I don't even go in the water or nothing. So I feel that it's going to be fine. I'd like to know your opinion about it, though. You know what I mean? If you think I'm an idiot, text me about it. Or not text me, but DM me about it. I like a dialogue. Interact with your boy. And while you're at it, hop on over to the podcast page and hit subscribe. Hit subscribe, 5 stars, and give me a little rating and review. That gives me a huge help, if you could. While we're at it, why don't you hop on over to www.I'llCallYouRightBack.com and check out some of the merchandise that I have on there, like the new Mean Mugs. Mean Mugs, coffee mugs, the best coffee mug you could get probably right now. But I got a bunch of them, and I'm proud of it. So, I just feel that we're in a weird time, and it's kind of weird to I feel like no one really knows what's about to happen. I mean, I guess that's what life is, but I feel like that, we're all kind of just like on edge right now, because it's like, is there going to be I don't know. They just got that, they just arrested that Epstein lady, who I can't even remember her name, some different name, but she was like Epstein's, like, right hand. I feel like that's going to be some crazy shit. I'm kind of curious to know how quickly something happens where she mysteriously dies. But I don't know. It's interesting out in the world now. Facebook, you don't know what you're going to get on there. You don't know if you're going to get a picture of a puppy, a picture of a fucking human-sized bat, a racist family member. You know what I mean? And it's crazy to me. Facebook is, I think adults and people our age need to have different social media. You know what I mean? It's terrible. Ripping people apart, seeing people's true colors. But hey, what can you do? That's just the world that we're in right now. But I don't know, a couple things that I have been really, really excited about recently, that I've been trying to, get off the idea of the world. Sometimes you just need to take a break from media, take a break from the news, take a break from all that bullshit. And what I've been doing is I've been binge watching the TV show Alone. I know I've talked about it on here numerous times. Just finished another season. Incredible. You know how like TV shows, sometimes TV shows will go from being like really good, like raw in the beginning, like what you're getting, like it's all just like unscripted, and then they just start like fucking punching it up. Perfect example, Jersey Shore. I don't care who you are. Jersey Shore was trash TV. It was entertaining though. Excuse me. But if you think about it, in the beginning of Jersey Shore, you could tell that it was a bunch of idiots living in a house, just partying, ripping and tearing, and, just whatever happened. And then, as time grew on, shit started seeming a little bit more fabricated. And, I don't know. It's you think about that stuff, but Alone definitely is still, I think I've watched 6 seasons of it. Man, best show on TV. If you don't know what it is, I've explained it before. It's they find 10 people who, they have a bunch of people that submit to them, but they have 10 people that they pick who are like, wilderness survival people that are like kind of like, I don't know, experts, I guess, but not experts, I guess, but they're just like enthusiasts, bushwhacking enthusiasts. And they pick 10 people and they fly them to this remote area. And in this remote area, they drop them in different areas and they get 10 items, including a sleeping bag. So realistically, they get 9 items. And if you think about that, that's crazy. People are in feet of snow. There's people setting traps and eating rats. And, it's pretty exciting to watch, to be honest. It's exciting to be someone who doesn't have to deal with that. It would be rewarding, 100%, to be in solitude. You would either go mad or you would find the answer to life, probably. It's one or the other. And I think the length of time and the deprivation of food is what really kind of, decides that. But I strongly urge you to check it out. That's a lot of the time that I've been, doing, that I've been taking for myself lately is just like, what's everyone doing? We're watching shows, right? Everyone's just watching TV, and it's kind of, I'm tired of watching shit, really. That's why, like, I don't really want to watch a show that I have to, like, I just need a break from, like, story-type shows, like, story-driven shows where, like, you got to be paying attention at all times. Sometimes I like to watch something brainless where I could, like, look up every 10 minutes and know what's going on. And Alone does all that. It satisfies your tickles your fancy to learn, because they always give you all these little facts about things, and it's definitely entertaining to watch. I am curious of new shows to start checking out. Everyone has been talking about that show Dark. I don't know if it's I can't remember if it was Russian or German. It might be German, but you have to read it in subtitles. But it looks like something of like Stranger Things mixed with like the Goonies, maybe. And the only reason I say that is it's like a montage of like young kids on the cover. But everyone says it's fucking great, so maybe I'll watch that. But that right there is like, that's a commitment, because like you're 100% in that. It's not even like you could hear the dialogue. I mean, you could hear the dialogue, but you don't really know what they're saying. So you have to be ready to read everything that's on the screen, which I'm not opposed to. But, it's different commitments. What We Do in the Shadows, another one of the best shows that I've watched in a long time, available on Hulu. Alone, though, is definitely... Watch it. I'm telling you, it's available on Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix. You could find episodes everywhere. But I've been just preaching it to everyone. Check it out. It will help you along with life. As far as like if you ever are stuck somewhere, maybe. I don't know. I was in Boy Scouts for a long time, so maybe that's why I enjoy it so much. But Antoinette enjoys it, and she hates camping. Yeah, it's pretty good. I do miss certain things. I miss certain things like being able to, just go down to the waterfront and, grab a coffee and then going to the Improv and watching a comedian, or, grabbing a coffee and going to like Dave and Buster's and playing some games. I think every year for the past like 5 years, I've gone to Dave and Buster's for my birthday because, one, I don't drink really that much. And like, what better excuse to get together with your friends and play, games together and try to win a bunch of shit. It's like, but, in the end, it's always like we each spend the $50. So like 8 of us spend $50. So we'll say it averages around $400. And we all just have like a bag of like, Nerds ropes and like the gummy cheeseburgers and like a finger trap to take home. So it's definitely a waste of money, but it's fun. It's fun to get together with people. I enjoy it. Last night, watched a complete classic with Antoinette. I watched Thelma and Louise. Thelma and Louise is a movie with Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon, and supposedly is, I don't know. I don't know if it's regarded as like something like insane. Came out in 91. It has an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it was a really, really good movie. Did not expect the ending. Did not expect a lot of it, but I really, really enjoyed it. And, that's on Prime. There's just a lot of good shit to watch. I'm either watching stuff, trying to, learn about stuff on my phone, or I'm riding my bike. I'm trying to plan like a, kind of like a little bike trip. You know what I mean? If anyone out there has done a nice bike trip and has any like sort of things that they would recommend, as far as like places to go ride, things to do, like, we're just out here trying to have a good time with what we could do nowadays. And that's not too much. Nowadays is not too much. But I am excited to, keep pressing on with all this. I strongly urge everyone to, I don't know, be smart about the whole virus thing. It doesn't matter if it's just you, maybe think of someone else too. It's crazy the severity people go to online. You know what I mean? It's like you're on Facebook and you see a video of, like the other day I saw a video of this dude in Costco, and someone made a remark to him about not wearing a mask and not social distancing, and he literally just started screaming, "Get back! Get back! I feel threatened!" And you're just like, bro, this is crazy. Just because of a mask, people. The thing that I do not get, as far as like people in general, but also like family members, is like some people don't understand that. Like, I think that some people just like don't get it. They think that like we're just ripping everyone's freedom away. You know what I mean? I don't know. I also don't know. I also have no idea. It's just like, that's what I mean whenever I say that this is a wild world we're living in, and I'm just some idiot person talking on a podcast. But I feel like that Epstein chick is definitely some wild shit's going to be going on with that. I'm interested to see what happens, because she supposedly released, or there was a statement that came out that said that she was prepared to release a big list of names in order to help her case. And you're just like, oh. And then you look at these photos, and there is numerous photos of her with everyone. One of the last known photos of JonBenet Ramsey has a picture of her in it. Elon Musk pictures of her. She has more than probably 50 pictures of what the hell's her name? Of Donald Trump. She's like 50 pictures of her with Donald Trump, and you're just like, I don't know. I do not know. And it's just a little bit strange, you know what I mean? It's just a little bit weird. But I don't know, guys. I hope you enjoyed the solo episode. I know they're a little bit different, and I know that you guys know that I'm good for an episode. You know what I mean? I'm good for an episode, but I'm also good for putting in 100% to try to find a guest. And I just didn't know kind of what I wanted to do yet, and I still really don't. So maybe next week we will have a research episode. Maybe next week there will be a guest. I feel like it's all going to be very, very, situational. Depending on, just depending on what happens. Every day we see something new in the news that we don't really, I don't understand shit. I see a headline, and I make a basis off that, and then, and I just take it day by day because, in today's world, I feel like anything could change. Turner Dairy Farms, I'm going to tell you it again. Great people, great company, 90 years old, Pittsburgh, the lifeblood of the city, Turner's Premium Iced Tea, now available anywhere you could find Turner products, including Get Go. And that makes me happy because that's usually where I go whenever I go to work. That's a good gas station to go to. Nothing like a good gas station, Nothing like a good gas station that you could find a fantastic drink in, a great snack. That's why I think Sheetz is great, but, they don't have no Turners at Sheetz. So we got to do something about that, We got to do something about Sheetz getting Turner's tea up in there. So I know there's some high ups at Sheetz listening to this episode right now. I'm telling you, we got to make it happen. So make it happen. But anyway, episode 125 of I'll Call You Right Back podcast. I'd like to say it was a success. I'm happy with how this came out. I'm interested to see what people, couple things. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on, the mask. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the virus in general. I'm interested to hear, some good places to bike, some of your favorite shows. Communicate with me. Hop on over to the website, www.I'llCallYouRightBack.com, and I have some beautiful, beautiful 15-ounce ceramic microwave and dishwasher safe mean mugs. They are nice mugs with a big-ass handle. You could fit all 4 fingers in, get a nice grip on that. And I got 3 different designs, and they're all very, very nice. You could either hit me up through a DM at I'll Call You Right Back and purchase one there. They are $15 if you would like to pick one up or meet me somewhere local, or if you would just like to have them shipped right to your front door and you don't want to deal with it, you could hop on the website, www.I'llCallYouRightBack.com, and buy a mug on there, and I will ship it directly to your door, coronavirus free, with a personalized note that says I love you. And I do. If anyone has bought anything from me, I appreciate it more than you could ever know. So I'm buttoning it up, guys. I'm excited for, I'm excited to, hopefully, progress in life. Hopefully we could keep on moving in life, and hopefully we don't get a fucking lockdown again, because who knows how many people will lose their damn mind if that happens. But thank you, everyone, for listening. One more time, if you could, please hop on over to the podcast page, hit subscribe, and rate and review the podcast, because that is the biggest thing you could do for me. Even if you don't want to spend any money with me, just rate and review the podcast 5 stars, and that's like giving me $100. Not really, but, means a lot to me. If you would like to give me $100, I would like that too. But thanks for listening, and I'll call you right back.